This is Eternal Blade. Welcome to the second Model of the Week series. This week we're going to be modeling some soap dispensers, just so you can add into your kitchen or whatnot. We'll have two different types, hopefully, if we have enough time. Basic standard one, which is you push it down and very clean and sleek looking, and then another kind of more organic looking one. And hopefully we can get to both of them. So let's get started. We're going to begin with this one right here. So I probably should have posted these images on PhotoBucket by the time you are watching this. So if you just Google search my name in PhotoBucket, you should be able to find them. If not, just comment and I'm sure I'll put them up there shortly. So first, try to find your files. Mine are cleverly hidden. Alright, mesh bitmap, lock zoom in pan. Okay. Here we go. Press G to get rid of the grid. And this was the reason this keyboard toggle override was the reason I couldn't press G last time. Thank you for whoever commented and told me that. It was a good little hint. So yeah, let's begin. So we're going to start off with a cylinder here, just approximately the same size. That's probably good. Press E and press A for angle snaps. Rotate it up. And we're going to give it about 60 sides. Okay. And convert it to an editable poly. And I've changed my hotkeys now. So Control-Alt-W is again my editable hotkey, or my editable poly hotkey. So that looks pretty good. And what we can do is just basically follow one side of the other, as this is perfectly straight. So press R and simply scale these in. Alright. And there we go. And just kind of even these out. Alright, perfect. Next, let's select all this and go in here, press F4 and J to get rid of that grid thing. Select the top polygon and Control click the edge, press chamfer, and just give it a very small chamfer. And select all these in the bottom, deselect these, press chamfer, and we're going to chamfer the bottom the same amount. And this is so we can use Turbo Smooth in the end. Next, let's make another cylinder here. We can just use Auto Grid for now and just create it right around here. Align in everything but the Z position. Okay. Let's bring it up here, increase the height just a bit, and shift it up a little bit. And we only need one height segment for this. Convert it to an editable poly. Bring it down. Okay, press R. Oops. And scale on the XY axis. Okay. So it's a little bit wider than the top. Select the top and bottom polygons. Control click the edges here. Chamfer. We're going to give these a bit bigger chamfer with two segments there. Okay. Next, press W, shift drag up. Okay. And here we go. Press R, again, scale in the XY axis. Let's drag it up again. Shift move. Okay, press 1 to enter vertex, select these top, and you can just try to kind of drag them in there. Again, R, and scale it downward a bit. Alright, perfect. Next, let's make a new cylinder here. Actually, we can probably do this with this. No, cylinder's probably easier. So make a cylinder here, drag it up, and align in everything but the Z again. Okay. And let's just simply drag it down a bit. But yeah, I did this tutorial once already, and it crashed about halfway through, and I was kind of mad. And then 3ds Max decided it didn't want to work for a while, and a whole bunches of problems. But think I've conquered most of them, so we should still be good to go. So we're going to use the bevel tool here. Just kind of bevel this dome shape in. Perfect. And lastly, select this edge and this edge, loop, and of course it doesn't want to loop there, so select that edge, this edge, loop, there we go, and chamfer. And we'll give these a decent sized chamfer. Okay, I just want to quickly try a mesh smooth on this just to see how it's working. Alright, looks like we're going to need to do some editing here, so let's select this bottom face and we'll actually extrude it inward. Select the inner ring here, loop, chamfer, and give it quite a small chamfer there. Select this ring, and we're going to press connect. Okay, let's try again. Alright, there we go. That's much better. However, we want to, let's see, select this edge, loop, and simply scale them in a bit, just so they're a little closer. Alright, there we go. And again, you're going to be viewing this from far away, so probably won't matter much. Next, let's select one of these and press W. We're going to shift drag it. Okay, press R and scale it inward just a tad. Okay, and then shift drag it again and scale it outward. We're just creating the interior pieces here to give it so it's a solid look. Alright, looks good. Let's again try and mesh through this one. Okay, apparently that failed. So here we go. So we're going to want to select this bottom polygon and just inset it a couple times just to get rid of that strange artifact. Alright, looks pretty good so far. Next, we're going to try working on this little stem here. So, let's see, let's select this, and we're going to want to, I'm going to try to make it directly out of this. Let's delete the mesh smooth for a second here. Select this, connect, and bring it up. Let's see, so right about there. Alright, next let's just select some of these things and we will deselect them until it is almost a square. That's probably pretty good. Okay, let's extrude and we'll extrude again. Okay, put the mesh smooth back on. What we're trying to do is get this to be a kind of a circular shape if we can. We might not succeed, but can't hurt to try. So select this, and this, this, and this. Press R and simply scale them down. Okay, now select the second innermost ones. Press R and scale them down. Finally, select the outermost and scale them up. Alright, let's select both these and maybe bring them inward a bit. Okay, we can delete all this and then just loop, and that's going to fail, so let's manually select these pieces here. Okay, press W and shift drag them out. Alright, and there we go. Now we have nicer result. Looks good. Although I think we need to crease that bottom a bit, so let's go back in here. And we're going to loop this selection here. Select this and loop as well. We're going to chamfer. Alright, this should give us a smoother crease. But we do get a little bit of a problem here. So let's delete that polygon. Go here, target weld, and we'll target weld it. Let's try the same on the other side, see if it works. Alright, let's give it a whirl, and looks like that fixed our problem there. So now we have a relatively nice spigot shape. May need to tweak a little bit more, but for now it's decent. So go into the vertex subject mode here, press R, and simply scale these together. Move it out. Okay. Next, we're going to select just the lines at the end here. Shift drag them. Press E and rotate them a little bit. And simply bring it into there. Finally, we're going to select this outline here and cap it. And then chamfer the edges with 2 chamfers. Okay, and there we go. We have a nice shape there. And again, we're going to be viewing this from quite far away, so you don't have to worry too much about any little inconsistencies showing. But you want to eliminate as many as possible, so select these 2 things and simply bring them down. I'm trying to get rid of that little lump. I think I got rid of it. Might be a little bit right here, so I'm trying to see what that would be. I don't know what that is. As far as I can tell. That looks pretty good. So there we have it. You could put a little hole in this, I guess, if we're really motivated. So let's select these edges here, connect 2 connections, make them quite small. Okay. Now go in here and select the bottom 2 and simply extrude them inward. Alright. And lastly, select this edge and this edge, loop. Alright, that failed, so just continue to select all these edges. Chamfer. And 1 chamfer should be enough. There we go. Now we have a little hole for the soap to come out, so if you want to view it from a different angle. And there we have it. Soap dispenser 1 is done. So that took 14 minutes. It's not bad. Let's give it a black material real quick, or black color, and then just a, there we go, standard material. Just so I can put it in the video at the end. Next, we're going to be working on the second of the 2 soap dispensers, which is going to be this one. So let's go back into our viewport here. We can move this over. Alt V, and just choose the other file. Everything should be good to go. So, whoa, didn't want to do that, but it will. Let's create a cylinder. We'll make this one first. Okay, angle snap should still be on. So there we go. Looks good. Let's make another one. I'm just trying to get the heights approximately correct here. Alright, and finally a third one for the base. Actually, I'll make the base out of the bottom one. That should be all we need. So select this, press R, scale it outward a bit. Okay, convert it to an editable poly. Select this, and let's do some beveling here. So I'm just trying to kind of match the shape. Nothing too difficult. Okay, looks pretty good. Next, we'll do this piece. So convert that to an editable poly. And again, Control-Alt-Q is what I like to use. Seems to be the easiest. So we'll simply bevel this a little bit. You can use bevel and chamfer interchangeably. So whichever you feel comfortable with is the one you should probably be using. Let's give that a bit more height. Just trying to match this kind of dome shape again. Alright, perfect. Next, we'll select all the lines in here, connect twice, pinch them, and let's just simply slide them up. Okay, and just trying to match it. That's pretty good. Okay, now select well, any four you want. So let's see. That's probably good. And we're going to want to just extrude this for now. This is just so we can simply see what we're doing. Actually, for this one, I have a better idea. We're going to extrude these inward. Okay. Extrude them inward a little again. And let's select all these internal lines here. Whoa, spazzing out on me. Let's just save this just in case. Damn it. Well, of course, right before I want to save, it crashed. But looks like Max did a pretty good job and saved it itself, so let's continue on before anything bad happens. But first, let's actually save this. So, I want to go to wherever you save your stuff to. Let's just save this as soap dispenser. There we go. So as I was doing before it crashed, let's continue to select the internal lines here. You can usually tell when Max is about to crash. It kind of feels slow and sluggish. It doesn't react, and sometimes you have a chance to save, but sometimes you don't, and then you're screwed. But make this kind of circular. Just to test this, we're going to put a mesh smooth on it. 2 segments. Alright, so we're obviously going to have some troubles here. Let me think about this. Well, maybe we shouldn't do it this way. Well, we can't really undo it now because it crashed on us. So, let's just delete all that stuff, and I know what we can do. Select these 4, press R. Oh, whoa, what the? I don't know what happened. I pressed R and it did something. R. There we go. Simply scale them in, and we'll try to make a circle like we did in the last soap dispenser. Okay, take these and scale them inward just a bit. Select all the lines here. See, these 30-minute segments aren't meant to be, the end-all be-all, but they're fun little things, and you can see different techniques, how to quickly deal with errors and, well, whatever you really want to get from it. If you want a little model at the end or whatnot. So let's, we don't even have to cap that. Just select all these lines. Oops. Press Q so we don't move them. Okay, chamfer. And that's interesting. Okay, select all these lines. These kind of are triangles. Delete them, and then target weld to the outsides. There we go. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but how many measurements is that? It's pretty close. They're still having some trouble though. Let's add a line here. Connect. Only one segment. And bring the slide down. Control-click vertices, press R, and just scale them like so. There we go, that solved the problem. And let's do one on the top as well. Just trying to look in here for any issues. So, connect, yeah, that's fine. Bring it up, press R, scale it like so. And we can move it even a little closer. There we go. We have nice, smooth geometries. And we can now use a cylinder in here. So let's just create a cylinder. And wow, look at that. Apparently our picture has turned into a very long black line. Let me get that back. Okay, there we go. I just did it like normal with the background. I just paused it just to make sure it didn't crash on me. And thankfully it did not. So convert this little thing into an editable poly and simply move stuff up to match. Oops. Be careful. Okay. So as you can see, making little prop objects is really easy, and even for the materials, a lot of them have very, very simple materials, simple chrome, or you can really make them whatever you want, chrome, copper, plastic, and these same techniques will apply for almost any type of little prop model, if you will. A lot of them, well, they all, in fact, use the exact same technique. It's just you start with a picture, and then once you get that, you slowly build on it, and then by the time you're done, you have a fully functioning model. So let's just drag this over and copy it to all these individual pieces here. Some of them already have it, some of them don't. And I think that one has 2 now. It might crash it, but nope. Good thing about having a good computer, you can do that and not kill yourself. So there we go. We now have both of our things. Let's make them all black. And again, we'll assign the material here. And voila! There we have it. 2 soap dispensers, each with their own, pros and cons. So feel free to choose any of them, and they're all. Oh wait, it looks like we have a problem here, right here. Let's double check what we got in here. So to get rid of that, just select this and inset it a couple times. And we probably don't need 3. I think 2 is probably good enough. Alright, So there we go. Now it looks good. And you can see there's also the bottom here is a little bit off, but that just requires more insetting. I don't know why it does that, but either way, so you can fully animate these if you want. Just click something and pretend like it's pumping if you want or whatever. So that'll be it for this week's model of the week. I hope you join me next week, and we'll choose whatever else we want. Feel free to make comments if you want to see specific models, but remember, just try to make them something that can be done in 20 or 30 minutes, because I don't want to be spending absolutely forever on these things. Let's actually change one little thing in here. So, yep. If you guys want to see, more kitchen things, maybe outside things, chairs, picture frames. I mean, really, the possibilities are limitless. So we can do whatever we want. But again, thank you. Make sure to subscribe and like my videos, and I will see you next week.